I don't think it's an outright failure, but it hasn't achieved, to be honest, what those of us in it at the beginning, maybe foolishly, fantasized that it could achieve. I think at the moment, the urgent need is for younger therapists to become involved in PCSR, or for PCSR to reach out and find organizations whose memberships are younger than ours. I'm a great believer in youth, actually. I think that the idea that wisdom grows with age is manifest, empirically demonstrable nonsense. You can have a wise baby, and you can sure as hell have a stupid or crazy old man. Now, I want to say something about clinical work. Clinical work in relation to activism. And I'm not talking about working with burnt out activists. I mean, I've done that, and I've been to a therapist as a burnt out activist. No, I'd like to talk about activism as a kind of all-encompassing metaphor that covers therapists who are activists, who believe in something and passionately fight for it, but also clients as activists in the work that we do. Now, some of this comes from Arthur Bohart's The Active Client, and as an analyst, I wish to pay tribute to humanistic psychology, person-centered psychotherapy, for providing these ideas. I hope I'm pushing them on a little bit. I think the client isn't just active. The client is also potentially, metaphorically, an activist. That means not only contributing to their therapy, but regarding as central to their therapy that they contribute to a wider kind of therapy. Don't want to sound corny and new age, therapy for the world, as you might say. That used to be a phrase that was used and some pop singer stole it. Anyway, never mind. The thing I'm getting at is there is something about activism as an underlying root metaphor for what we do. Now, here's the problem. It will lead to a lot of one-sidedness because activists have blind spots. Activists don't like to be contradicted. Activists, including activist clients, really want to prevail. My suggestion is this doesn't matter. Wisdom does not only lie in having a balanced view. Wisdom may lie sometimes in casting caution to the winds and taking risks. The word risk is one that I'm very enamored of at the moment. The Latin etymology of risk is running towards danger, not walking, not fleeing, running towards danger. Most of us therapists have never really had this experience. That's okay. Not everybody can be a Jan Palach who self-immolates, or a Palestinian medic who puts her life on the line running to administer life-saving aid to someone that has been shot by a sniper on the other side of the barbed wire. And it's also a risk, by the way, to talk to your opponents, as bereaved Israeli and Palestinian mothers sometimes try to do, or to speak words of peace at a memorial to the victims of lynching and earlier on of slavery. Risk is a very, very important topic. It's a problem for therapists because we offer safety, security, containment, holding, a safe space, your space. I'm a connoisseur of the plethora of dreadful websites that offer safety. Is safety really as important as all? I'm not saying that there are no clients who need safety, but I am saying that are there many clients who need nothing but? So that the risk element, and this is what I mean by the metaphor of activism, the risk element needs to be foregrounded. And that leads me to my final remark. I am sick and tired of reading about the therapeutic alliance when it is expressed in terms of the client entering into it. The main obstacles in my supervisory experience to the establishment of a workable therapeutic alliance lie in the therapist. The therapist sort of gets up on a little kind of stand or plinth or dais and says, I'm ready to make a therapeutic alliance with you. Now you better do your stuff and enter the therapeutic alliance with me. And here's my hand. I'm gently going to lead you into this particular promised land. This sucks. Therapists are not there ready, willing, and able to enter the therapeutic alliance any more than the clients are. So I do think that there is a need for a leveling out, a democratization, and an abandonment, not only of notions of safety, containment, and holding, as I've just been saying, but also actually questioning the centrality of the notion of a therapeutic alliance. To go back to the beginning, we won't succeed if we do it alone, because that's just a solipsistic, parthenogenetic fantasy. We won't succeed if we ignore the politics of the therapy world. And we won't succeed if we don't bring a political perspective into the work we do, not just in terms of the social difficulties or cultural difficulties of the client, but in terms of the whole project itself.